What if I told you there was a 7'3", 22-year-old playing in Japan's B League that has his eyes on the NBA? And what if I told you that the San Antonio Spurs should pick him to create a monster bigman frontcourt like we've never seen before? This Goliath is Kai Sotto. But just who is Kai Sotto? Born on May 11, 2002 in Las Piñas, Philippines, Kai Zachary Perlado Sotto grew up in a country where basketball is not just a sport, but a way of life. His father, Irvin Sotto, was a professional basketball player in the Philippine Basketball Association, the PBA, which naturally instilled a love for the game in young Kai. Standing out from an early age due to his height and basketball lineage, Kai began his journey with a clear vision and the support of his family. Kai's early basketball development took place in local leagues and school tournaments, where his potential became increasingly evident. At just 14 years old, he stood at an impressive 6'9", making him a dominant force in youth competitions. His skills were honed through rigorous training, and his dedication to the sport was unwavering. Sotto's big break came when he joined the Ateneo de Manila High School's basketball team, a prestigious institution known for its strong basketball program. Here, he continued to develop his game, displaying not only his height advantage, but also his versatile skill set. Kai's performance in the UAAP Juniors division garnered significant attention, as he averaged impressive numbers in points, rebounds, and blocks, leading his team to multiple victories. His dominance in local competition soon caught the eye of international scouts and basketball enthusiasts. The next step in his journey was pivotal, moving to the United States to further his basketball career. In 2019, Kai Sotto took a significant leap by joining the Skill Factory in Atlanta, Georgia, an elite basketball development program known for producing top-tier talent. This move marked the beginning of his transition from local sensation to global prospect. At the Skill Factory, Sotto faced tougher competition and underwent more advanced training, which was crucial for his growth. He adapted to the faster pace and physicality of American basketball, showcasing his potential against some of the best young talents in the country. His performances in various tournaments and showcases, such as the Basketball Without Borders Global Camp, further solidified his reputation as a promising international prospect. In 2020, Sotto made headlines by joining the NBA G League Ignite, a team designed to develop elite prospects for the NBA draft. This was an historic move, as he became the first international player to join the program. Unfortunately, due to complications related to travel restrictions in the COVID-19 pandemic, Sotto left the Ignite team to fulfill commitments with the Philippine national team. Representing the Philippines on the international stage has always been a significant part of Sotto's journey. He's played for the Philippines national team, Gilas Pilipinas, at various age levels, and his presence has brought immense pride to his country. His performances in FIBA tournaments have been closely watched, and he's been hailed as a future cornerstone of Philippine basketball. Fast forward to 2024, he's now in Japan's B League, and he looks much more improved than in previous years. You see, he declared for the NBA draft in 2022 but went undrafted. Now he's put on size and has more polish to his game. However, there are still some negatives as well. We'll get to them later, but first, let's start with the positives. In Japan's B League this season, he averaged 12 points per game in 20 minutes while shooting 57% from the field and 30% from three, along with 6 rebounds. The catch with Sotto is obviously his shooting ability at 7'3". No, he isn't an elite shooter, but he's a capable shooter who can hit an open three, but is more comfortable in the mid-range area, off catch and shoot, or even face-up situations. In today's NBA, if you can shoot as a big man, your chances of getting a role on an NBA team increases dramatically. And that just shows the evolution of the game surrounding big men. In the early decades of the NBA, big men were primarily valued for their size, strength, and ability to dominate the paint. The role of a center or power forward was to secure rebounds, protect the rim, and score close to the basket. Players like Bill Russell, Wilt Chamberlain, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar epitomized this era. They were masters of the low post, utilizing their height and physicality to score and defend effectively. In this period, the game was played at a slower pace with an emphasis on half-court sets. Teams would run their offense through the big man, who would either score in the post or pass out to shooters. The three-point line was introduced in the 1979-1980 season, but it wasn't a significant part of most team strategies. The emphasis remained on high-percentage shots near the basket. The 1980s saw the NBA begin to slowly embrace a more perimeter-oriented style of play, driven by the emergence of dynamic guards and forwards like Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, and Michael Jordan. While the dominant big men still played a crucial crucial role, there was a growing appreciation for spacing and ball movement. Larry Bird, though a forward, showcased the value of a versatile player who could score from anywhere on the court. Magic Johnson's ability to play multiple positions, including center, during key moments highlighted the potential of unconventional lineups. Despite these changes, big men like Hakeem Olajuwon, Patrick Ewing, and Shaquille O'Neal remained focal points of their teams, continuing the tradition of dominant paint play. The early 2000s saw a gradual shift in how big men were utilized, influenced by several factors. Dirk Nowitzki, a 7-footer with a deadly outside shot, played a pivotal role in transforming perceptions of what a big man could do. His ability to stretch the floor and score from beyond the arc challenged traditional defensive schemes and opened up the paint for driving guards and forwards. Simultaneously, the evolution of the game's pace and the importance of spacing became more evident. Teams began to recognize the value of three-point shooting as a means to create more efficient offensive opportunities. Coaches like Mike D'Antoni, with his 7 seconds or less Phoenix Suns, prioritized fast breaks and perimeter shooting, setting the stage for a more dynamic and versatile style of play. The late 2000s and early 2010s marked a significant turning point in the NBA's evolution. The three-point revolution, led by players like Steph Curry and Klay Thompson of the Golden State Warriors, fundamentally changed the game. The Warriors' success, built on exceptional shooting and ball movement, demonstrated the power of the three-pointer as a cornerstone of modern basketball. Big men who could shoot threes became highly coveted. Stretch fours and fives, players who could play the power forward or center position and shoot from long range, added a new dimension to offensive strategies. This shift was not only about scoring, but also about creating space for other players to operate. With big men drawing defenders out to the perimeter, guards and wings had more room to drive to the basket. Players like Kevin Love, Chris Bosh, and later Anthony Davis exemplified the versatility required of modern big men. They could score in the post, rebound, defend, and crucially, shoot from beyond the arc. This versatility made them valuable assets in an evolving league. The transformation of big men into three-point shooters was driven by both players and strategic innovations. Coaches began to see the potential of incorporating shooting big men into their systems. Greg Popovich's use of Tim Duncan in more versatile roles with the San Antonio Spurs, and Eric Spoelstra's utilization of Chris Bosh as a floor spacer in the Miami Heat's championship teams are prime examples. And Kevin Garnett's influence cannot be understated. While not a prolific three-point shooter, his ability to hit mid-range jumpers and stretch the floor in pick-and-pop situations paved the way for big men to develop perimeter skills. He isn't that mobile, nor is he an elite rim protector that I think can change games against NBA-level athletes. That just puts him in a weird spot. And then it certainly doesn't help that he isn't an elite rebounder either. But the thing is, he still has all of the pieces. And that's why I think the Spurs would be perfect for him. Only time will tell where he ends up. And while he does have a lot of flaws, I just think he has so much untapped potential at 22 years old. How could you not pick him? What do you think? Does Kai Sotto belong on an NBA roster? Let me know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.